Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube channel where we embark on a captivating journey through history. Today we delve into the fascinating tale of an ancient marvel known as the Colossus of Rhodes. Imagine transporting yourself back to the 3rd century BCE, standing on the shores of Rhodes, a magnificent Greek island in the Aegean Sea. A monumental sight lies before you, towering above the harbour entrance, a mighty and wondrous statue, the Colossus of Rhodes. The colossal bronze sculpture stood as a shining symbol of the island's grandeur and the power of its people. Commissioned to celebrate the victory over an invading army, the Colossus of Rhodes embodied more than just physical grandeur, it embodied the indomitable spirit of Rhodians themselves. Historical accounts describe the statue as a marvel of human achievement, standing over 30 meters, 100 feet tall, with each foot planted on either side of the harbour entrance. Its sheer size and beauty were said to have mesmerized all who gazed upon it, an awe-inspiring testimony to the skill and craftsmanship of the ancient Greeks. The Colossus of Rhodes became a beacon of hope and an emblem of Rhodian independence, eliciting a sense of wonder, reverence, and pride amongst its citizens. It exemplified the power and significance of art in capturing the essence of a moment in time and immortalizing it for generations to come. Yet with all its glory and splendor, tragedy struck. A devastating earthquake shook the island, toppling this magnificent statue in 226 BCE, merely 6 decades after its construction. The Colossus of Rhodes may have been lost to history physically, but its legend and impact endured. What remains of this ancient masterpiece is not merely the ruins left behind, but the impact the Colossus of Rhodes had on art, culture, and historical narrative. Its image lives on through the mind's eye, fueling the imagination of countless artists, writers, and historians who have sought to capture its magnificence in their works. The Colossus of Rhodes serves as a reminder of the enduring strength and resilience of the human spirit. It teaches us that even in the face of adversity, beauty can emerge, transcending time and space. In-game, we receive this amazing wonder through wonders of the ancient world. This wonder is one of the best wonders to have in the game, especially when you're advanced, and even early game this wonder is always necessary and useful and a must-have for every city in Rise of Cultures game. This wonder gives certain bonuses that are required for faster growth, faster acquired blueprints for wonders, as well as compasses for Alliance treasure hunt. As the base bonus, this wonder provides you with the boost to the gears that you get by donating materials, research points, and other stuff to other players. So usually when you donate something to somebody through help other sections of the wonders, you get certain amount of gears. Now, Colossus of Rhodes allows that number to grow. Starting as all of the wonders with 5%, it can grow, if you reach it to level 30, up to 42% of boost, which is extremely high. Now if you struggle to get wonders, especially like everybody else, and you want to get blueprints, especially legendary ones, this is the wonder you want to go for, because this wonder allows you to accumulate gears much faster. Now all of the advanced players, they do RP exchange daily. For example, 5 times 5 research points per day on each other to get gears and to advance their wonders at the same time. And now having the Colossus will make that process more beneficial to you, because you will get a lot more gears if you level it up fast enough, and even on its base level 1, 5% it's still better than nothing. Now, as the secondary bonus, you can get this gear requirement even higher from donations if you have naval wonders active. Now, at this point in the game, we only have one naval wonder available, which is Lighthouse of Alexandria. And just for having that wonder active, you would get 5% more gears. I would like to give you some small spoilers ahead, so you would know that this bonus will go higher as we will get more naval wonders. Now, coming up very soon, in less than 2 weeks, there will be a new wonder introduced, which is Dragon Ship Elida, which will be a rare wonder for the Viking Kingdom. Now, this wonder will count as 2 of its own wonder type. This wonder will be naval, but it will count as 2 naval wonders. So if you have this Alexandria active at the same time, you would get 15% boost just for having them on gears from Colossus of Rhodes. That's quite good, isn't it? What also is good about this wonder is that this wonder provides you with compasses, which you can use for Alliance Treasure Hunt. Now, compasses, as you know, in Alliance Treasure Hunt are used for moving, so you can do the encounters. You need to spend compasses to do the encounters. Now, Colossus of Rhodes as the base gives you 1 compass per day. That might not seem much, but that makes your life a lot easier. Firstly, because you can donate more compasses if you don't have time to play, or you can make Alliance Treasure Hunt quite fast if you do have time to play. And this bonus actually scales. Every 10 levels of the wonder, you will get +1 compass to Colossus of Rhodes daily production. So on level 10, you will get 2 compasses just by having Colossus of Rhodes. On level 20, you will get 3 compasses for having Colossus of Rhodes daily. And on level 30, on the max level, you will get 4 compasses per day as a bonus. So this will allow you not to worry as much about the drop rate of the crowds in from the Alliance Treasure Hunt, so you can accumulate more compasses. This will just make your life easier, so you will not be dependent on the customization, which is the only one in the game. But you could just get these compasses for free just from Colossus. From my opinion, this is one of the best wonders ever added to the game. This wonder was really needed, especially after the wonder change. When wonder system was reworked in the Rise of Cultures, we actually needed something to boost the acquirement of gears, because we're limited to the 5 donations per day. It's not much, and therefore you can't make enough gears fast so you could actually get the wonders you want as fast as you would want it. Now, Colossus of Rhodes will make that easier for you. You will get a lot more gears from every donation, so spend your donations every day, get your partner, make RP exchanges, make material exchanges, blueprint exchanges, whatever you can find beneficial, and earn those gears with the help of the Colossus. This wonder is, of course, as we could understand, because it's so good, it's a legendary. Well, not every legendary wonder is good, but I never like to talk about Sherwood Forest, because in real life it's amazing, in this game it's just a disgrace. So, but Colossus of Rhodes is a legendary, and you will acquire it every 80 orbs spent or faster when you roll for wonders of the ancient world. Now, you can get legendaries, as I told you, faster than 80 orbs spent, but you just have to be lucky, because it's pure RNG here. You just need to be lucky so that the game provides you that sooner than 80 orbs spent. Colossus of Rhodes synergy works very interesting way. Now, for his exact synergy, I told you, it needs naval wonders to get that boost, extra boost to collecting your gear. But there is one wonder in the game actually that synergizes with naval wonders as well, and it is the wonder you will use when you will use Colossus. It is the Lighthouse of Alexandria. This one, you will always keep it active until for the time you exchange you make donations on other people because you want that plus 5% on Colossus always running on that time, but later on you can switch it off. But I would say that this wonder also synergizes with naval wonders itself, and it just gives also 5% boost but to trade offers. But we will talk about this in the next video. Now, for the statue, my favorite synergy in the game, and I would say the strongest one for military, is everywhere you want to go. Now, I keep Colossus all the time on. I never switch it off. I switch off Lighthouse of Alexandria time to time because I don't need it all the time. I need it only when I make donations on people or when I buy goods from the trade market. But Colossus, I never switch it off because it's a statue, so statue synergizes with all the military wonders. You want a strong military, you're going for statues as we know it. I talked many times about this. Now, Colossus boosts, Sphinx boosts, Artemis boosts, Zeus boosts basically every strong military wonder that boosts the damage of your troops. So it's a must-have because synergy of this wonder is outstanding. It gives a huge boost to the military because it's a statue. It synergizes with other navals, and that naval synergizes with Colossus, which is good. Now, I did tell you that we'll get one more naval wonder, but before that time, it's actually very, very amazing. And even after that time, it will still be amazing, just that naval wonder will be used to boost it even more. So, in every case scenario, if I would rate the wonders, no matter they're military or not, just rate how they're made and how they're good for the game, Colossus would probably be the top one. Because it allows you to grow, it allows you to advance faster, it has amazing synergy with the statue military wonders, and it gives a huge boost to collect more gears on a daily basis. The next wonder we're gonna talk about today would be the mesmerizing tale of the tomb of Mausolus, a marvel that continues to inspire awe and wonder. Imagine transporting yourself back to the ancient Halicarnassus, a city nestled in what is now modern-day Bodrum, Turkey. It is the 4th century BCE, and before you stand an extraordinary monument, the tomb of Mausolus. Commissioned by Queen Artemisias II in tribute to her beloved husband, the satrap Mausolus, this structure was destined to become the defining symbol of their love and power. The construction of this grand mausoleum was an ambitious endeavor, soaring to a height of over 45 meters, 148 feet, and adorned with intricate sculptures and artistic masterpieces. Historians and scholars hailed the tomb of Mausolus as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, a testament to its magnificence and grandeur. It represented a fusion of architectural styles blending Greek, Persian and Egyptian influences into a harmonious whole. The tomb stood as a visual masterpiece, boasting ornate friezes and detailed sculptures that depicted mythological scenes, battles and triumphs. Skilled craftsmen meticulously carved intricate reliefs that adorned every corner, capturing the spirit and essence of the time. However, as with many historical wonders, the passage of time took its toll. Earthquakes, wars, and the ravages of nature eventually reduced the grandeur of the tomb of Mausolus to ruins, fragmenting its extraordinary legacy. But this did not diminish the cultural and historical significance that it held. The impact of the tomb of Mausolus extended far beyond its physical existence. It served as an architectural inspiration for generations to come, giving birth to the term mausoleum, used to describe grand tombs and structures worldwide. Now, reconstructing the tomb of Mausolus in-game brings some advantages. This wonder is production wonder. In the game, it gives certain goods and bonuses through the game. With the Tomb of Mausolus, you only need to trigger it on once per day. You don't need to stay it on for 24 hours. Now, what this does, as the base, it grants you a mystery chest, which can include research points whenever you complete any quest or task up to 5 times per day. Now, in the game you have Battle Pass, it has everyday quests. Every one of them is considered quest. Now, if you play Alliance Treasure Hunt, every encounter there is basically a task which you complete daily. So whatever you do, you event quests, anything you do in the game basically, will trigger these chests. And now these chests might contain research points, but by a very low amount, and food. So this wonder is very good, especially early game, but many players still use it in the late game just for getting that food boost. Because for the research points in the late game, you would not use it. It gives a very low amount of research points and you accumulate enough to progress fast and upgrade everything you need with those. But the food it provides is actually very decent, and it helps you out, especially when you're in advanced era and you struggle with the food if you didn't make a break in between eras. This wonder is perfect for you. So you wake up, you log into the game, you put this wonder on, you play the game. After you put this on, 5 tasks and you can collect that food. This is very nice chest to have. We got 2 of these type of wonders exactly the same, but one gives gold and one gives food in this game. Mausolus gives food. Now food is harder to get, as we know, because gold is accumulated on autopilot. You don't need to play the game to get it, but to get the food you need to actually be online and always put the production, and it's always not enough, and the food is always lower than gold usually. So this is where Tomb of Mausolus comes really handy, because it gives you a decent amount of food. And one thing about this wonder, you don't need to level it up. So I have it on level 1, and if I want to use it, I just use it on the level 1. Because if you level it up like really high, for example to the max level even, you would get 1 research point at 25%, 2 research points at 39% chance, and 3 research points at 15%, and then you will get food only at 21%. So the higher you get the tomb, the lower the chance that you will get the food. And now this wonder is mostly used only to get food, so there is literally no point to level it up, because then you spoil the thing why people use this wonder. But this is all about the late game. In the early game, of course, I wouldn't still level it up, but you can also use its production when you early game. Now this wonder gives your main profession good that you make in your city. Now in my case I'm a carpenter, and in Sicily I make wardrobe. Game assigns you profession completely randomly, we don't choose that. And in my case I'm making wardrobes, that means I'm a carpenter. Now how to know your profession is very simple. If you're a carpenter, you will get 4 carpenter workshops available to you to build. All the rest you will have only by 1 max in your city and to be possible to build. So whenever workshop you can build the most, that is your profession. Very simple there. So in early game, when it's very hard, you don't have enough workers, you're struggling, you just started the game and you don't have any event buildings to boost you up and stuff, you will need this production. Especially when you don't have wonders at all, why not use it? So this wonder will give you your main good 300 per day, and also for every active temple, if you have them, it will give you 400 of your main production good as a bonus there per day. Now when you're late game, without any customizations, almost like none of them, you would make, for example, maybe 1,000 per 2 hours of these goods. So I don't need those 300 per 24 hours. You can imagine that if I make in 2 hours 1,000, that means in 24 hours I make like 12,000. So there is no point to get that 300 extra on top, because no one is after temple synergy in the late game. This synergy is not beneficial, not in the battle, not anywhere like really useful. There are of course some synergies everywhere you can put on just to get it for the second, but it's not what you will pursue. But early game, this wonder is highly useful, but I always do not suggest to level it up, because the main usage of this wonder is to get food and accumulate it fast. Now in Sicily it gives me 500,000 every day. Why not? It's super good. You get like free food, 500,000. It's amazing amount. Yes, you might say that in Sicily everything costs like in millions, but imagine you don't upgrade every second day, right? So you play 2 days, you get 1 million on top of what you produce. So this is actually very nice. And for early game players, production is always nice to have because you will always lack resources in early game and you will want to trade and you would want to buy something from other players, and in order to trade something you need to sell something, and this will come in handy. You will be able to sell a lot of goods, earn a lot of coins, and spend those coins to actually buy something useful for your civilization from another player. About the temple synergy, I will show you hint, like tip and trick, what you can do on a daily basis before you collect goods, for example from Stonehenge. Now, we're still talking about Tomb of Mausolus, don't worry. If you go to Stonehenge, you will see that it produces +1 research point extra per every other active temple in your city, right? So for every temple you have, you will get +1 research point. Now, you don't need those temples active for 24 hours. Just when the time comes for the production to finish here, like in my case, it will finish in 1 hour 17 minutes. After that time, before I click on Stonehenge to collect research points from it, I would go and put on Tomb of Mausolus in active, because this will give me +1 free research point from Stonehenge. Now, this is perfect synergy to have here, actually. And you can do this with many other wonders. This does the same, like not in the case of Tomb of Mausolus, but for example Great Wall, it requires fortresses to get yourself extra research points daily. Now, you don't need those fortresses on 24 hours, you just need to put them on as much as you can, just 1 second before you collect goods from that wall. Very easy, because the goods are not collected when the timer runs out, it gets collected when you click on that wonder. What you can do before you collect from Stonehenge research points in the case of Tomb of Mausolus, don't forget to put it on if you have it, just because it will give you 1 research point more. Now, this is very good synergy. What also it synergizes with is the basic first 2 allied cultures special buildings, which is Chaos Pyramid. It needs a temple to produce more goods daily, and also Forbidden City does exactly the same. It produces more goods if you have a temple active. So Tomb of Mausolus itself doesn't need to be on 24/7. You don't need it on, you don't need this production if you late game, you only need it early game, and if you don't have better wonders. What you use it for is for getting more food and getting it fast. What else you're gonna use it for? You're gonna trigger it on for other wonders, other production wonders to be precise. When you want to collect from them, you put it on and you collect from them for the wonders that requires active temples. Now, this is what makes this wonder quite okay. So it's not top tier wonder, but it's also not bad wonder as many people think. This wonder is highly useful, and I can tell you honestly, a lot of endgame players still use it on a daily basis just to get that extra food. Especially if you're free to play, and even if you're not, why not get it? Some free food on a daily basis. If it's free, why not take it? So simple as that. This wonder, from my opinion, is not top tier, but it's good. It's really good to have, to use, but don't invest in it because it's completely useless to do that. It will just lose its whole purpose towards level 30 if you're gonna level it up, because you will just get more production, which you don't need in the late game. You will get more chance to get 2 research points instead of 1, and low amount of percents, 15% you will have to get 3 research points daily, which is completely nothing if you're like H Sicily. This wonder is perfect to just fastly accumulate some food. And on this note, I thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey. And until next time, let us continue to embrace the wonders that history reveals to us. Don't forget to hit a like, subscribe if you like my content, and I see you on my next video.